so huge for them.
Yeah, it is huge. I mean, we could end up having nations in some attacks, but of course you can't rule out Adriana with their experience, Brekum also with their experience, Bichim United, they're Premier League campaigners. Midiama have a tall task. They lost to Accra Lions midweek, and they'll try to get something out of it. But Summertex is going to be a very tough venue for them. Big game coming up this weekend. So that's the top of the Ghana Premier League, and the big boys. Nana, it looks like we might have a change of guard.
Yeah, after today's win, it's a big statement to the rest of the Premier League sides. Nations are ready to to the Ghana Premier League, because back-to-back wins like this in the Ghana Premier League, winning, getting the maximum 3 points against Kotoko, winning today against Great Olympics. For the Kotoko game, going to Kumasi, now picking the maximum 3 points, a big statement. And today we're talking about the defensive setup of Olympics. For them to play to 98 minutes to get the maximum 3 points, a big statement to the rest of the teams there. Once the game is going on in Dr. Kwame Sports Complex, they have what it takes to get the maximum 3 points, and that is what Nations FC is doing in the Ghana Premier League. They have a good team. They've done well. For the kind of pressure Olympics had go also right from the first 45 minutes coming into the second half. Olympics also made some clear chances. Amwa guy, or messy chances in the course of the game, and I think they did a great job today. But Nations FC came top. They were determined to get the maximum 3 points. Remember, coming into the second half, you were asking about which second half are we going to see? The kind of Nations FC team that we've seen in recent time. Kwame Faswa, the maximum 3 points in some of the second half that we've seen in the Ghana Premier League. No wonder that free kick from Razak caption, and it's something that it looks like we're rehearsing on several occasions. Now, Abuano to get that free kick. Abuano, what's that particular goal for Nations? Good win for them.
Yep, you mentioned foul. No? I think the referee was right there. He gave it without hesitation. But before then, so this, he skipped that, but I think the player was down. So here, yeah, it was a foul outside the box. So, it was given. Let me see. Yeah, it was given. Not a penalty. It's a free kick, no problem. But if you go back, there were a couple of incidents where Olympics felt the referee should have given them the advantage. And then Razak Simpson was holding on to the ball. And there's another ball. Now, the goalkeeper, Olympics players are saying, this is the ball that we should take. There you see. What? Now, he gives it, the Nations player gives that ball to the referee walks away to give that away, and Razak Simpson holds on to the ball that would eventually end up at the back of the net. Yeah. And in this game, we saw 3 incidents where there were 2 footballs on the pitch. Right or wrong?
Yeah, right. I think a couple of times in the first half, and then towards the tail end of the second half, we saw that incident again. And I think during all that times, the referee ordered play to continue, not even trying to halt play. And that was the incident. If you take a look back at the first leg or the reverse fixture, that was what actually won Great Olympics a penalty. After, at some point, we had 2 balls on the pitch, and one Nations FC player felt it.
So the referee is back. He places the ball on the spot, walks away, right?
There's a change.
So he walks away, he's not looking at this point, and according to Great Olympics players, that ball the referee put down had been changed again. So all these, there he goes now. And so there's a battle for, where's the ball now?
And all of a sudden, the other ball is missing. It just goes missing. Quite mysterious.
The other ball is gone. And
But you just be wondering why Razak Simpson still holds on to that ball.
He's telling them this is the
ball. Holds on to, and you see, the Great Olympics players keep protesting. At this point, there's just one ball. The other ball just went vanished, and there wasn't even a single ball around again. And you could see at this point, tempers were just flaring, and the referee, wanted to keep some calm over there.
He should have shown more cards.
And Ebenezer Secha was like, I'm not the one. I'm not. What's my wrong here? You see, he's kept on protesting because he just couldn't understand why he was flashed the yellow card. But then, this is how games have been won. In tight situations like this.
Simpson has placed the ball. He's ready. He's relaxed. He's concentrated.
Just notice Simpson. He wasn't involving himself in that tussle. He was keeping, a very calm mind to execute that. Look at the players, when this, the scuffling and all that, the heckling and all that. Just look at him. He just kept his calm, just
protected the ball,
protecting the ball, thinking of what to do when calm is being restored. You could see it went on for close to 4 minutes, 5 minutes when this thing was, and also Christopher Neti getting himself booked on that occasion just because the referee wanted to, restore calm, and some sort of, peace during the game. But then, kudos to Nations FC. You don't lose it at this point. Despite, all the confrontations and all that, they never lost it, at the end. And that's a mark of a true winner.
In all this, Nanedu, I think maybe the Olympics players lost concentration and the wall. Do you think the wall they formed was the best, or they could have done better?
I think they could have done better. The goalkeeper was trying to arrange the wall even before the kick, but sometimes it happens. The most important thing is Razak Kasim. On himself, born a fapo, I had on several occasions, and that was what he was looking for. You can see from Benjamin Asare, even before this, he was trying to arrange the back four. But the most important thing is Razak Kasim was able to look for the right place to place the ball to.
The wall, there's everything wrong with that wall.
Where should the wall be?
It had the height. But then you ask yourself, does Razak Simpson have the right technique to bend this over the wall? No.
Was that not a kill?
No, it wasn't a kill. It was just, it was just a straight ball.
Okay.
With power.
We'll see it again.
Just look at that. This is tall. Bend it over the wall to the left.
But that's what he did.
No, not to the far end, because there was so much space at the far end. I'm talking about the other side. That's why you need to protect the other side.
Oh, right. I mean, yes.
Exactly.
But he still was able to curl it.
You would get the bend on it to the other side. But then, he doesn't have what it takes to just bend it over to the side. So why are you protecting this side when the player doesn't have the technique to bend it? Just look at that. The wall looks thin and very lean. Just look at that wall. Yeah. And he was just look at, and I think for a moment, that move from the goalkeeper, Benjamin Asare, was what cost him, because it was split second move. You could go back again. He moved just on his line. He moved to the left, or to the right, if I should say, before trying to dive to the left to try and see if he could have a hand on that one. And if that ball, that scene could be played again, you'd see that it was the movement, and it was a split second movement. But then let's not take anything away from Razak Simpson as a defender. Just look at that. Before the ball is being hit, before the ball is hit, you could see how, and just look at where he moves slowly before Razak Simpson hits that ball. He jumps to the left. Just look at Ebenezer, Benjamin Asare. So if that could roll on, just look at him.
He took one step and
so he missed. And just look at how the inches he missed that with. So I think these are the dynamics. These are the small things that goes into it. But then, like I earlier said, you don't take anything away from a defender who is able to add something like this to the team. So much quality, on set piece duties. And even when the game was still ongoing, you could find him, encroaching into the third half, usually trying to unleash some shots, from distance. And I wouldn't blame Nations FC at all. At this point, this is the point they start winning the hearts of even some Kotoko supporters. This is the time, and with the remaining 10 games they have to play, if they have to play 5 at home, from now to the end of the season, if they keep competing for the title, I believe they are going to keep the Dr. Kwame Sports Complex full at every home game they play.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, a Friday match, it wasn't full, but they had quite okay fans coming through. If it had been 4 or 5 p.m. kickoff, could have been more.
Yeah, weekday like this and 3 p.m. Friday, most workers are trying to end the week on a high note. So most of them will leave office after 4, 5, that around. So playing a game around 3 p.m., you struggle to get a lot of supporters supporting the team. So sometimes Friday night games should be around 4, 5, 6. Personally, that is my personal opinion. So they can get enough people supporting them.
Overall performance of the referee, what do you think?
I'll give him about 65%.
Josiah?
I think it had to be some of the calls. He did a great job for the first 80 minutes, trying to calm the players down, issuing the yellow card when it was due to, to the right culprit.
There were how many yellow cards? 11?
12 or so. No, 10. Wow. I think 6-4. But then that wasn't the right now, because I think Nations FC received more yellow cards than Great Olympics. But then you could see how...
I think towards the end, the two at the end.
The two at the end for Great Olympics, at least it should have been, at par for both. Because in the first half, it was 4-2. Then in the second half, we saw that,
4-3.
4-3. So we saw that tussling and, heckling over there that led to... But for the referee, I think it was the last 2 incidents that led to the goal that he missed. But then, ideally on a general scale, yeah, I think he did a good job. For the first 85 minutes, he had the game under control, under his grip. He just officiated that game fairly. And that's the reason why the Great Olympics players and also the technical team got, peeved, because they felt like there were 2 calls that you should have given in favor of us. So how did you miss those calls and, ended up giving 1 to Nations FC? But then, yeah, you wouldn't blame him. It's the game sometimes. It does happen. But then, for Great Olympics, if you boast of the most clean sheets this season, it means that you have a good defense. And with good defenses come, great concentration levels. Right? But then today, I think that was what failed them. They failed to keep their concentration level, at its peak. And that was how come they ended up conceding such, a goal. I wouldn't take anything away from Nations FC. They just deserve it as well, yeah.
Nana, so Nations, I say I take you seriously. I'm beating me win the league now.
A way and manner they came back to rig this particular game, we need to take them serious. Now left with 10 games till the end of the season, and they have about 5 home games to play and some few away games to play. It's between them and Samate's, personal opinion. I think it's between Samate's and Nations FC, and they've gotten everything. They have a good coach, quality players, and they have the resource to win the Ghana Premier League. As it stands now, between Nations FC and Samate's, I'm taking Nations FC about 55% and Samate's 45% of winning the Ghana
more
Premier
games
League.
at home, don't they? And they seem a little bit more rugged. But look, it's
but
all
you're playing
to play
against
for.
Mediama. It's a tough game.
And look at the recent form guide. Win. It's going to be tight for them, no doubt about it. But why not go for it? After beating Kotoko, now they've beaten Great Olympics at home. I think the turning point could have been that away win at the Babayara Sports Stadium. They had to show a lot of character to stay in that game.
Obviously. And you look at how they scored, the timing, of that goal they scored. I think 45th minute plus added on time, and that was when they scored. And they had another 45 minutes, to hold on to that lead and eventually see off the game. But then just look at that home record. Yeah. Impeccable home record.
18 out of possible 15 points.
It's just impeccable. Yeah, and if you I always say this, if you are taking a claim to win the league, first it's about making your home a fortress, making it very difficult for teams, that travel or visit that stadium, and that's what they've done. The last 3 games, they are yet to concede a goal. But then look at the number of goals they also score at home: 4-1, 3-2, 1-1. Yeah, that's 10 in 5 games, and that's 2 on an average. That's great numbers for any team.
Clean sheets in their last 3. Okay, Coach, I see Bengal's pitch side. He's ready to talk to Nana Dakwa JC.
Congratulations. Thank you. Walk me through this game. All the best.
Man of the match. I thought Razak Simpson would probably get it by the fact that he got a goal as well as good defensive. Clean sheet as well. But kudos to them. They're playing very well. The confidence is high. Coach, Olympics coach is saying that he felt the referee was a major factor in they losing. Is he being emotional? Does he have a point?
That was a bold claim, if you should ask me. And I'm sure maybe in the next couple of hours there could be a response from, the GFA disciplinary committee.
Yeah, when you accuse a coach, normally, the referee, normally you get fined.
No, it comes. I was in commentary position then when I spoke to David Oklu after one Kotoko game, and he just called out the referee, and the next minute, they just came for him. I think definitely, usually after games like this, that's why it's been advised that, if the head coach is not in the right frame of mind, being a bit emotional, sentimental, whatever it is, agitated, he shouldn't be at the post-match interview because there are words you put out there that you can't take back regardless. Once you say them, you can't just take them back. And, his first statement he uttered was about the referee and officiated straight up. Once it was like premeditated. Exactly. So he was just waiting for the question and he just put it out there. I just feel, they lost this game. Yes, you could say there were a couple of fouls, in the build-up to that Nations FC free kick. But they could have kept their concentration levels very high. With those, it was a bit topsy-turvy at the end, yes. But then, the attacking teams always take advantage of that. Try to unsettle the defenders. And there were a couple of bookings over there. Ebenezer Setre going to the referee's books. Christopher Neti, one of them. So usually, as the captain and the head coach, you try to calm the players down. And I think it's a hard lesson that they had to learn at Abrankese this afternoon. They deserved at least a point, yes. But then football is all about moments and how you just take those moments. It's a tale of two halves, yes. But then there are moments in between these games. And I think Nations FC, on the other hand, they made, the good choices and they were able to make that moment count.
Bold statement from, Jimmy Kobla on the referee. And
reckless or just bold?
It's very difficult for most coaches to make statements like this in Ghana Premier League.
Cool. He didn't
right after the game.
Right.
Or can asymmetric.
But not our points. So you are analysing what he said, per the performance of the referee. You gave the referee, my referee, 65%. Above 50 is fair on the line. 65 is just above average, not very good. Until somewhere after the 85th minute, the referee had a good game. And I don't know where, apart from that angle that the coach was talking about, maybe America's a referee, it decided but once after 90 minutes, almost 10 yellow cards and stuff, it tells you how our game needs to. It looks more and a little bit physical, but the most important thing is Razak Kasim was able to score the most important goal for Nations FC. They've done well to get this confidence, make teams almost in the Premier League form on several occasions and beat them at home. It means you've really prepared yourself well for the Ghana Premier League, and I'm happy about the way Nations FC is playing their football in the Premier League. Jimmy Kobla should prepare his team for their next home game. I don't know whether there will be a midweek game before the weekend game, but they should prepare themselves for their next home game. They've done a great job. Yeah, Olympics inconsistency. That's been their biggest problem. They win, they lose, they draw. They win, they lose, they draw. I mean, it's got to be better than that. The inconsistency after beating Adriana, one would have thought they would get at least a draw, but they didn't, and they would have to go back home to try and get 3 points or a point midweek. Let's take a look at the rest of the matches for this weekend. We've started on a good note, at least for Nations, and that's one result in the bag. And tomorrow we have 3 games or two matches. Bichim versus Kotoko. Kotoko making a lot of changes in that game. We understand the details will be provided before kickoff with our pre-match, which starts at 2 p.m. Accra Lions entertain Tano Bofakwa, and the Lions cannot stop winning. They're on a streak, aren't they? After beating Kotoko, they entertain Tano Bofakwa, who are deeply in the relegation throes. Hearts versus Gold Stars is on Sunday. So to Brickham Chelsea, they travel to Nswatraman. Heart of Lions also trek to Naleriggu, where Karela awaits. Adriana hosts RTU. Midiama versus Samatex is a huge game at Samraboy, and Dreams will be in action against Stade Malien. That is a Confederation Cup game, second leg. Dreams lead by 2-1, and we'll be showing that game here on Max TV and Star Time. So Dreams will not be in Ghana Premier League action. So confirmation once again of that result, and will definitely be up and running for Nations. They will be traveling to Tamale, R2 big game, and then they will host Tano Bafakwa, and then they will travel to Kwando against Heart of Lions. BBNE Gold Stars will be their next destination. Actually, it will be at home at Abrankese, and then they travel to Nale Rigu to take on Karela United.
It means there will be midweek. On the 10th is on the Wednesday.
Absolutely. There will. Okay. So Olympics have to get something at home against Bichim, who will be taking on Kotoko. Then they will be traveling to Nswatraman. They then entertain Dreams when they're back from the Africa sojourn. Samatex versus Great Olympics at Samraboy, a big game there. Olidade, can they go and do something? Midiama will be at home. That will be a home game for Great Olympics. Interesting games. Not easy on paper, tricky, but if there's one team that can get something out of these, it's definitely Great Olympics. So, confirmation, Nations are top for the first time. Samatex follow. The top 4 is looking very competitive, but look at that, from position 9 to even 3rd. There's very little in between. It's just the game. If you win, you move. If you lose, you drop. You know, so for Midiama, Bichim, Brekum, Chelsea, Instratraban, the Accra Lions, a draw or a defeat, and the teams below them winning could see them swapping places. That's how hot and competitive. What about below, from 10th position to the 18th? What's happening there? Rotabla United, they could be out of contention if they lose again, because Heart of Lions and Tanobo Fokwa, should they get anything, would be opening up a cup. Heart of Lions in real big trouble as well. They need to start picking up the wins if they want to stay in the Ghana Premier League. Karela, look at where they sit. Dreams have got games in hand, but they've got to start winning. And then Gold Stars, Legon City's Great Olympics, that defeat means they maintain or remain where they are. And Kotoko there in the bottom half on 10th. How Kotoko have slipped, guys.
I think they lead here, but then when you consider the full table, Kotoko are not first. But then if you consider the bottom half, that's where they look like kings. But then that's not a position we expect to see Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And their game against Bechem is a huge one. You know, give or take, whatever happens in that game, they wouldn't be content with anything other than a win. And that even makes it more challenging for them, looking at the fact that the last time they won there was in 2016. That's close to, 8 years. Yeah, that's been a long time. They've never enjoyed anything good at the Nana Fosu Jabo Park, and they have to win at all costs. But then for RTU, it looks like, dangerous times looming large for them. They just have to do something. If not, and then the reports we are hearing from there, it doesn't look good. It doesn't bode well for RTU. There's been a new management, a formation of a new board of, members over them. I believe those up north will be hoping that that could be, where their fortunes begin to change. Because look at that goal difference. It's the worst in the division. Look at that, minus 16. That's huge. That's the time they need to start, racking up points and getting something done over here.
No doubt about it. Nana, any final words before we go?
We have some interesting games coming on this weekend. House of Folk at home at Accra Sports Stadium for the first time for some period of time. And maybe any Gold Stars is playing some good football. So we are expecting some interesting games this particular weekend. And tomorrow's game for Kotoko is a crucial game at the Nana Fosu Jabo Park, even though it's difficult for the team to beat any team being coached by Prosper Nete. But, at their home grounds, they are very stubborn side. So we have interesting games to come on this particular weekend,
No doubt about it. And there you go. It's tough. Very, very tough. And Kotoko do well to try and get something. Our time is up. And once again, thank you to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. If you remember, we gave out Accra's of Oak jersey and others as well. Midiama have been given us jerseys. And finally, the Kotoko one comes really nicely packaged. I like the branding. Kotoko branding there. I see the way you guys are.
It's actually the whole brand.
Yeah, the whole brand. Yeah. It's a really lovely. There you go. Yeah.
Well, maybe you have to present that to me.
Yeah, you can hold it.
Yeah, I think you're presenting it to me.
No, you can hold it for me. Don't worry.
It's a presentation.
No, it's not for me. It's for the fans.
Oh, I'm a fan.
No, when you're a fan, we're pandits.
So that's it.
So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's it.
The Kotoko game tomorrow. We'll give out a question and then. Obviously, it's beautiful, isn't it? Even if you're not a Kotoko fan, you want to have one of these.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, awesome to have. So big thanks to Kumata Asante Kotoko, Nana Kuka, and the rest of them. Ni, Darkon, and thank you very much. I appreciate that. And also to big thanks to Dr. Biola, University of Education, Winneba, for giving me the platform to have a lecture there on sports management and the challenges. Really appreciate it, and good lessons for us. Hopefully we'll do more of that as well as time goes on. And all the students, Brights of Windy Bay and the rest of them, big thanks to Nanedu and to Josiah Okukwe. They'll be here tomorrow for the big match, Kotoko Bichim. And condolences once again to Coach Ibn Sifa, who's burying his in-law tomorrow. We'll be there in the morning. Where is it? It's Fan Milk.
Yeah, I'll be my Fan Milk in Sakina.
Sakina will be there. So thanks a lot. And big thanks to all of you guys. So let's catch up tomorrow. Sunday, we'll bring you the Dreams game as well from the Babayara Sports Stadium. That's at 4 p.m., followed by Hearts of Oak versus Bibiani Gold Stars. Bye-bye for now.